Hi, hello, my name is Tim Sanchez. Today I will be going over my assignment for the brain model. I'm going to be talking about how it was created, the structure of the brain, the, the functions of the structures, and what happens when those structures are damaged. The structures that I'll be going over is rather a simple overview on the frontal lobe, uh, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, occipital lobe, and the brainstem. I do have the cerebellum here, but since I'm only required to do five, I will only do those five. To start off, this is my brain. This is my brain model. To go over briefly of how it was made, this was entirely made out of air dry modeling clay. And essentially what I did was I took an aluminum core and took a boatload of clay and put it over it to get that oval shape, as well as giving it like a little bit of, a rise in the middle of the entire model. And then I did the detailing with toothpicks, but I found out it was better to just use my hands instead. So yeah, my nails was part of the detailing process. And then I just used acrylic paint to highlight the areas that I'm going to talk about. So to start with the frontal lobe, which is the one colored in orange, the frontal lobe is the reason for our voluntary movement, expressive language, and for managing higher level executive functions. These executive functions refer to the collection of cognitive skills to have the capacity to plan, organize, initiate, self-monitor, and control the responses to achieve self-goals. Damage to the frontal lobe can lead to personality change, difficulty concentrating or planning, and impulsivity. Second one is the parental lobe, colored in blue. The parental lobe is what helps with your sense of direction relative to the world around you. Essentially, it tells you how to orient yourself and how you tell what's left is like what is left and what is right. It also helps you understand sensory inputs from both sides of your body. If the parental lobe is damaged, it can severely impair a person's ability to process sensory input, such as recognizing sensations such as hot and cold, as well as difficulty with spatial awareness. The temporal lobe, over here, colored in purple, is the part of the brain responsible with processing auditory information and encoding memories. The temporal lobe are believed to play an important role in processing emotions, language, and certain aspects of visual perception. Now, if the right temporal lobe is damaged, it can cause a loss of the inhibition of talking, and with the left temporal lobe damaged, results in impaired memory for verbal material. The occipital lobe, the one highlighted as like the one colored in green, is the part of the brain that is responsible for visual perceptions, including color, form, and motions. Essentially, it is the visual processing area of the brain, as it associates with distance and depth perception, color determination, object and face recognition, and memory foundation. If the occipital lobe is ever damaged, it will lead to impairments such as blindness, visual distortion, and visual inattention. Lastly, I'm going to go over the brainstem, not the one in red, that is the cerebellum, which I'm not doing, but the brainstem, colored in yellow, is responsible for regulating most of the body's automatic functions that are essential for life, which includes breathing, heart rate, respiratory rhythms, sensations, motion, and the perception of pain. If the brainstem is ever damaged, it can lead to dizziness or lack of motor functions, with the more severe cases resulting in paralysis, coma, and or death. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks.